Senator Platt.
Leader, I want to return to your answer yesterday to Senator Ousakis about CBC. You said the CBC had fallen on hard times. Organizations that fall on hard times should not squander taxpayers' dollars. I found out in February that the CBC wasted almost $400,000 when it sued the Conservative Party during the 2019 election campaign. Few questions here, Leader. How do you justify wasting taxpayers' dollars to sue a political party? And as far as I know, no one was ever fired or held accountable for making the decision to do so. Why not? Was there any political involvement from the Trudeau government? And if so, who was involved?
Senator Gold.
Well, I'm not familiar with the details of the litigation that was taken, and so I really have no comment on that. But with regard to the way in which you and your colleagues continue to frame the issue of the CBC, it is worth noting that despite your allegations that it is failing or it has failed, all broadcasters are going through tough times. But the CBC, and the decision to continue to support a public broadcaster is a decision that governments in Canada have taken for generations. And this government continues to believe in the importance of a public broadcaster. But colleagues, despite your rhetoric, a recent poll showed that less than a quarter of Canadians believe that the CBC is no longer needed, and even amongst conservative.
Senator Gold. Senator Platt.
Well, let me tell you, Senator Gold, first of all, they lost the lawsuit, spent $400,000 on it. The answer to a different written question of mine about the CBC was tabled in the Senate earlier this year. It shows that between 2019 and 2023, CBC paid out over $75 million in short-term incentives, otherwise known as bonuses. If the CBC has fallen on hard times, how do you explain $75 million worth of bonuses?
Senator Gold.
This issue was the whole issue of the performance compensation was raised recently in the House. And even the National Post, hardly an example of woke left-wing journalism, acknowledged that, in fact, the chairperson Tate was correct when she reminded senators, who I believe knew better, should have known better, that these were not bonuses, but they were part of the employment contracts that were outside of her control.